Welcome to the second part of Module 1, Electrochemistry and Corrosion. The content discussed in this session are Nernst equation and its application, electrochemical series and its uses, lithium-ion cell. Nernst equation is a relation between electrode potential and concentration of an electrolyte solution. It is an equation that can be used to determine the equilibrium reduction potential of a half cell in an electrochemical cell. The equation is given as E equal to E0 minus RT by NF ln Q. The equation was introduced by a German chemist Walther Hermann Nernst. Nernst equation for single electrode. Consider a general electrode in which a metal is in contact with its ion. It can be represented as Mn plus bar M, and the electrode reaction is Mn plus N electron gives M. For example, Cu2 plus 2 electron gives Cu. We can write the Nernst equation for the reaction, and it is E equal to E0 minus RT by NF ln M by Mn plus. Here E is the single electrode potential, E0 is the standard electrode potential, R is the universal gas constant, T is temperature in Kelvin, N is the number of electrons in the redox reaction, F is Faraday's constant and its value is 96500 coulomb, Q is reaction quotient, that is concentration of product divided by concentration of reactant. We can write the simplified Nernst equation at temperature 298 Kelvin, and equation is E equal to E0 minus 0.0591 by N log Q. Here we are substituting for F, T and R. As per the Nernst equation, the overall potential of an electrode is depend only on reaction quotient. Derivation of Nernst equation. Consider a metal in contact with its metal ion in aqueous solution. That is Mn plus N electron gives M, and it is a reduction reaction. Here N moles of electron is taken up by the ion to get reduced, and the work done for this movement of electron is given by W is equal to NFE. We know that change in Gibbs free energy is an integration for spontaneity, and it is also equal to the maximum useful work done in a process. So combining these two, that is work done for the movement of electron and change in Gibbs free energy, gives an equation W is equal to NFE, and that is equal to minus delta G, that is the reaction is spontaneous. So we can write the equation as delta G equal to minus NFE. Change in free energy at standard conditions, that is at 298 Kelvin and 1 molar atmospheric pressure, is taken as delta G0. So we can write the equation for delta G0 as delta G0 equal to minus NF E0. E0 is the reduction potential measured at standard condition. For a reversible reaction, Van Hoff isotherm says that delta G equal to delta G0 plus RT ln Q. Here Q is the reaction quotient, R is the gas constant and T is the temperature in Kelvin. Substituting the values delta G equal to minus NFE and delta G0 equal to minus NFE0 in Van Hoff isotherm, we will get the equation as minus NFE equal to minus NFE0 plus RT ln M by Mn plus. Dividing both sides by minus NF, the equation becomes E equal to E0 minus RT by NF ln M by Mn plus. When it is changing to log to the base 10, the equation becomes E equal to E0 minus 2.303 RT by NF log M by Mn plus, and by simplification we will get finally E equal to E0 minus 0.0591 by N log M by Mn plus. Applications of Nernst equation. First one, we can study the influence of concentration of electrolyte on electrode potential. Second, we can determine the EMF of a cell. Third, we can determine the potential of cell under non-standard conditions. Fourth one, we can determine the concentration of an unknown species if the EMF of the cell is known. Fifth one, the number of electrons involved in the reaction can be determined. Sixth, the pH of a system can be measured. And last one, we can determine the concentration of ionic species to reverse the cell reaction. Variation of EMF with temperature. We can consider an example, that is Daniell cell. This Daniell cell reaction is Zn plus Cu2 plus gives Zn2 plus Cu. And we can write the Nernst equation for the cell as E cell equal to E0 cell minus 2.303 RT by NF log Zn2 plus by Cu2 plus. We can see three cases in it. First one, when the reactant becomes equal to product, that is Zn2 plus becomes equal to Cu2 plus, then E cell equal to E0 cell. That is, EMF of the cell is independent of temperature. In the second case, when Zn2 plus is greater than Cu2 plus, the product becomes greater than reactant. Then E cell is less than E0 cell. EMF of the cell decreases with rise of temperature. Case 3, when Zn2 plus less than Cu2 plus, here reactant concentration is high, then E cell will be greater than E0 cell. EMF of the cell increases with rise of temperature. And this is according to Le Chatelier's principle. Electrochemical series or activity series. Electrochemical series is the arrangement of filaments in the order of the decreasing standard reduction potential. The potential of various electrodes can be determined using standard hydrogen electrode. The electrodes, both metal and non-metals, when it is in contact with their ions in aqueous solution, are arranged on the basis of the values of the standard reduction potential or standard oxidation potential. Here we can see the electrochemical series chart, and it is arranged in the order of the decreasing reduction potential. Here at the top we can see fluorine, and at the bottom we can see lithium ion. Fluorine is the most oxidizing agent and lithium is the most reducing agent. Fluorine, the standard reduction potential value is plus 2.87. It means that fluorine can take electrons and get changed to negative ion. And lithium can give electron and can be changed to lithium plus ion. That means it is having low reduction potential value or high oxidation potential value. In between you can see other elements, and hydrogen is having a reduction potential value 0, and it is the standard used. Electropositive and electronegative elements. Electropositive elements are those elements that can display a greater tendency to lose electrons and form positive ions. Electropositive metals generally replace hydrogen from acids, and it can be seen at the bottom of the electrochemical series, and it can undergo oxidation. Electronegative elements are elements that can take electrons by reduction reaction, and they are usually found at the top of the electrochemical series. For example, fluorine, it can take electrons and get changed to F minus. Application of electrochemical series. First one, we can determine the oxidizing and reducing strength of an element. Elements on the top of the electrochemical series are good oxidizing agents, and they have a positive value for standard reduction potential. Example, fluorine, and the value is positive 2.87 volt. and it is the strongest oxidizing agent. Elements on the bottom of the electrochemical series are good reducing agent and they can undergo oxidation, and it is having a negative value for standard reduction potential. Example, lithium, and the value is negative 3.05 volt, and it is a strong reducing agent. Second application is calculation of standard EMF of an electrochemical cell. Standard EMF is calculated by the difference between standard reduction potential of two half cells. E0 cell equal to E0 reduction minus E0 oxidation. E0 reduction is the standard reduction potential of reduction half cell, and the reduction takes place at cathode. E0 oxidation is the standard reduction potential of oxidation half cell, and the oxidation takes place at anode. Therefore, we can calculate E0 cell also by using this equation: E0 cell equal to E0 cathode minus E0 anode. We can see this by an example. For a reaction, 2Ag plus cadmium gives 2Ag plus cadmium plus 2. The standard reduction potential of silver and cadmium is given as follows. Silver plus bar silver is equal to 0.80 volt, and cadmium plus 2 bar cadmium is equal to minus 0.40. By looking into the reduction potential value, we can say that silver is the cathode and cadmium is the anode, because silver is having a positive electrode potential value and cadmium is having a negative electrode potential value. So using the equation E0 cell equal to E0 cathode minus E0 anode, we can substitute the values for cathode and anode. Cathode value is 0.80, that is of silver, minus 0.40, and minus 0.40 is the value of cadmium, and the value of electrode potential of the cell comes to be 1.20 volt. Third application of the electrochemical series is predicting the feasibility of redox reaction. For a redox reaction to occur spontaneously, its free energy should be negative, that is, delta G should be a negative value, and free energy is related to cell EMF by the equation delta G0 equal to minus NF E0. So when E0 is positive, delta G0 is always negative, and the cell reaction is spontaneous. We can see this by an example. Here is a question. Find out whether we can store copper sulfate solution in a nickel vessel or not. Nickel, the potential value is given as negative 0.25 volt, and that of copper is given as 0.34 volt. We can write the equation by noting this electrode potential value, and the equation is nickel plus copper sulfate equal to nickel sulfate plus copper. We want to see whether nickel metal will displace copper from copper sulfate solution to give nickel sulfate by undergoing oxidation reaction. We can find out the E0 cell by using the equation E0 cathode minus E0 anode, and the value is found to be 0.59 volt, because here cathode is copper and anode is nickel, and the value is 0.59 volt, and E0 value is positive. Therefore, this forward reaction is spontaneous, and we get delta G as a negative value. It implies that copper sulfate reacts when it is placed in nickel vessel, and copper sulfate will undergo reduction and it changes to copper. Therefore, we can't store copper sulfate in a nickel vessel. Last application is predicting the product of electrolysis. If two or more types of positive and negative ions are present in a solution, the ion which is stronger oxidizing agent is discharged first at the cathode, and the ion which is a stronger reducing agent is discharged first at the anode. So, if you have an aqueous solution of NaCl, then it contains Na plus H plus as cations, Cl minus and OH minus as anions. When it undergo electrolysis at cathode, H plus and Na plus ions will be there. So out of this, H plus is preferentially deposited because reduction potential of hydrogen is higher than that of reduction potential of sodium, because sodium is having a reduction potential value minus 2.71 volt. At anode, again we have two types of anions. One is OH minus ions, another one is Cl minus ions. Here also OH minus ion will be oxidized when compared to Cl minus, because at anode the value 0.40 volt is less than that of 1.36 volt. So OH minus will be preferentially deposited. The last part of this session is lithium ion cell. Before going to lithium ion cell, first we have to know what is batteries and what is the difference between primary and secondary batteries. A battery is a device consisting of one or more electrochemical cells with external connections for powering electrical devices. We can divide batteries into two types, primary batteries and secondary batteries. Primary batteries are irreversible, whereas secondary batteries are reversible. The cell reaction is irreversible in primary battery, whereas in secondary battery it is reversible. Primary batteries have to be discarded after use, whereas secondary batteries can be recharged. Primary batteries have short shelf life, whereas secondary batteries have long shelf life. Primary batteries cannot be recharged, whereas secondary batteries can act as an energy storage device. Examples for primary batteries are dry cell, Daniell cell, mercury cell. Whereas for secondary batteries, examples are lead acid storage cell, nickel cadmium cell, and lithium ion cell. This is the schematic diagram of lithium ion cell. Mainly it consists of an anode, electrolyte, and cathode. Anode is a material made from carbon. Cathode is generally made from transition metal oxide, and electrolyte, it is lithium salt embedded in an organic solvent. When we go back to the history of lithium ions, the work started in 1912 under G.N. Lewis. Lithium is the lightest of all metals, has the greatest electrochemical potential, and provides the largest energy density for weight. In 1991, Sony Corporation commercialized the first lithium-ion battery. You know that in 2019, Nobel Prize in Chemistry was for lithium-ion batteries development, and it was jointly shared by John B. Goodenough, Stanley Whittingham, and Akira Yoshino. Next we can see the components of lithium ion cell in detail. It mainly consists of 4 layers. First layer is cathode, and it is mainly made from transition metal oxide. In transition metal oxide, lithium ion is embedded, and that process is known as intercalation, and you are getting lithiated transition metal oxide intercalation compound. Example is LiMnO2, LiCOO2, etc. Anode is mainly made from carbon, that is graphite. You know graphite is having a layered structure. You can intercalate lithium in graphite. Then a separator is needed, and separator is fine porous polymerase film. Last, you need an electrolyte, and it is mainly a lithium salt in an organic solvent. Example, LiClO4, LiBF4, etc. Working of lithium ion cell. Lithium ion, when it acts as a battery, it undergoes 2 types of process. One is charging, another one is discharging. During charging, it acts as an electrolytic cell, and during discharging, it acts as an electrochemical cell. We can see the discharging reaction in detail. During discharging, anode undergo oxidation and cathode undergo reduction. So at anode, lithium ions are released, and at cathode, lithium ions are taken up by the transition metal oxide. That is the reaction. So lithium ion is released from this anode. The anode is carbon material, so it can be represented as LiXC6. So LiXC6 gives XLi plus X electron plus 6 carbon. This lithium ion is moved to cathode, At cathode, you have transition metal oxide, and it is represented as Li1 minus XMO2. This Li1 minus XMO2 takes lithium ion and get changed to LiMO2. That is, lithium ion is taken up by the cathode. And overall reaction is Li1 minus XMO2 plus LiXC6 gives LiMO2 plus 6 carbon. Advantages of lithium ion cell. It can store high power and it is having a long shelf life, and it is very light. It has no memory effect, and it can be made in different varieties of shapes and sizes. Apart from advantages, it is having disadvantages too. It is expensive. It has delicate battery temperature. They start degrading as soon as they leave the factory. If lithium-ion battery gets completely discharged, then it is ruined. Then the separator between the electrodes, if it gets teared, then it bursts into flame. Application. It is ideal for portable devices like notebook, computers. It is used in mobiles and other electronic devices. It is used to power battery electric vehicles and in aerospace applications due to the high energy density. Thus we come to the end of this session. Thank you.